Hey guys, it's Bob. Welcome back to Modern Life for the 70s Mind. Wherever you are in this world, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and that you're just taking advantage of every minute of it. I am back. I've been gone for a couple weeks. I did a really old man thing and threw my back out, and I did it good to where I could barely get off the couch, and there was no way I was going to be able to go downstairs to record a video. So I've been kind of hung up, and I'm now to the point where I can. I'm in the basement. I kind of forgot what this place looked like. But while I was laid up, I guess, if you will, I heard that the Beatles had released a new video, and I really wanted to jump on it. But like I said, I just couldn't get to it. But now's the time. And I wanted to get on this because I have been a Beatles fan as far back as I can remember. I remember my brother and I sitting around this probably little crappy record player, not a turntable, a record player playing. I saw her standing there and I want to hold your hand. And I know they were on the same record because we would play one, we'd flip it, and then play the other. And those were the two first songs I really have a strong memory of listening to. Somehow I then transitioned into like things like the Partridge Family and the Monkees and stuff like that. So apparently, as you guys already know, the Beatles have released what they're labeling their final Beatles song. And that could be. I'm sure they're running out of these old tapes to try to find old um, uh, audio clips. I would think there may be some hidden. You never know. But not to be over dramatic on this, but the Beatles weren't just a band. I want to say they're kind of like the soundtrack to so many people's lives, especially back in the day. They were really the heartbeat of that entire generation, including mine. And the mid '60s, I think they came out with '64, and the '70s, they were amazing. And I don't think I'm overstating anything when I say that. Over the years, though, the music often resonated with people's dreams. And they happen to resonate with people who had any struggles that they happen to be going through at the time, and love and happiness and sadness. I mean, just everything. Their music encompassed just so much. And you know what's sad? Once the Beatles were no longer kind of, I call it the face of music, the world felt a bit less magical, I think, without them being a part of it. There was a meaning, I think, listening to Beatles songs behind every note that they played and every lyric that they sang. And I think that's what was two of the things that just really made the Beatles so impactful. I've never labeled them as just, I guess, a band. Instead, they were more like poets and dreamers and any other name that you could come up with. And a lot of that is in thanks to the writing of Lennon and McCartney. What a writing duo. I don't know if that will ever be matched. There's no way to deny that the Beatles were really architects of a revolution, not just but in music, but in the very essence of culture itself. And again, especially in the mid '60s and the '70s. For example, they were part of the British invasion, which I think started right around '64 when the Beatles came out. They pushed the boundaries with music as far as what we were listening to. And some of that is thanks to George Martin, who was very involved in the creation of a lot of this music. Their music also reflected the political climate at the time. And maybe even more importantly, I think their music might have actually influenced it. Um, then, another thing is they started creating these music videos. Look at A Hard Day's Night and Help. Stuff like that wasn't out there at that point. So it was really fun seeing those movies back in the day because it was just so different from what we were used to. Even though they're now well out of the limelight, their impact on, I think, music and just our everyday lives is enduring and it's still being felt to this very day. It was such a relevant band back then as they're relevant today. It's just really an amazing thing to witness. So, all right, I think I've gabbled enough, but man, how do you sum up the Beatles in two sentences? It's impossible. Let me get my headphones on. We're going to listen to this new song, so I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, we are back. This is kind of exciting. This is like a world premiere of a new Beatles song, even though it's been out for like a week or so. For me, it's new, so we're going to go with that. Guys, if you like my channel, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I'm really trying to get my views up as well as my subscribers. So if you like what you're seeing, please also click that little notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I release some new content, I would really appreciate it. And I do have a Patreon page that I release some unique content. If you're interested in that, the link is below in the comments. All right, let's just get into this. I'm ready for some Beatles. It's very exciting. The name of the song is Now and Then, and I'll break through it at some point halfway through, and we'll talk. Here we go. I shut off the captions.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, cool.
I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you. And now and then, if we must start again, well, we will know for sure that I will love you now and then. I miss you. Oh, now and then. I want you to be there for me, always to return to me. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if you go away, I know you'll never stay.
Okay, let's pause it here because this is halfway, and I just don't know the song. That is so emotional. I mean, this just hit me way more than I really thought it would. I do feel my eyes watering up, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna cry. A flood of memories. A flood of memories. This was just so far beyond anything that I was expecting. Just an amazing video. From what I've read, because this is so good, from what I've read, they used a software program that was developed by Peter Jackson. If you don't know Peter Jackson, he did Lord of the Rings and did an amazing job at it. And he also used this technology when he did the Beatles documentary series. I think it was called Get Back, if I'm right. And they utilize that same technology here. So from Lord of the Rings to the Beatles, not a bad little jump there. This is scary perfect, you guys. The audio, simply perfection. No loss of any sound or range or anything. And the video was not only clear as new videos that are released today, but it was edited just so incredibly well. Just beautiful. I'm really taken back by this. I wasn't expecting this to be as impactful. Remember when they came out with that anthology of the Beatles and they released a couple new songs? They were fine. They didn't really hit me like this does. And maybe because here I'm also seeing the video. Seeing these guys side by side with younger versions of themselves, it really tore at my heart. Maybe that's what's really hitting me. Like, where has the time gone? They're showing the Beatles, but I'm thinking to myself, sitting around that little record player, and here I am now, a couple years older. It's just it's touching. regarding the lyrics, you couldn't write anything more fitting. And I don't know when these lyrics were originally written, but they could have written them today. They're emotional, they're heartfelt, they're meaningful, just amazing. I'm almost at a loss for words. This is so good. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this to the end. Here we go.
Now and then I miss you. Oh, now and then I want you to be there for me.
Uh,
I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you.
wow. And then seeing them bow at the end. Oh, I'm just going to sit here shaking my head for the next couple minutes. Does that work? Do you know what I may have liked? Why my eyes are really watering up. This was very touching. Do you know what I may have liked most about this video? And the music. And not, I don't mean the music just because I thought this was a fun song to listen to. It's because all the sounds, the instruments, just everything that we heard in past Beatles songs, those little sounds that kind of made the Beatles music unique, were really represented here. So this truly felt that it had the essence of a Beatles song. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I don't mean just the song being nice, which was, but I'm talking about the sounds of the song. It had that Beatles flavor to it, whether it be the stringed instruments, Paul's uh, piano. I heard that. Ringo's recognizable drumming that we've all heard. George's strumming. They were all here, and that's what made it special. We were even able to see George Harrison smiling at his guitar. I don't see him smiling all that often back in the day. So to see him there, kind of in a happy mood, what great memories. Phew. Then we were able to also enjoy all those harmonies, the background vocals, and maybe most of all, just to hear John Lennon's voice again, and in such a clear and beautiful way. And it wasn't rehashing the old songs we've all heard. We got to hear him in something entirely new that just so special. This was special, special, special. Listen, I have so much to say about this. I kind of want to regroup. I may actually even watch the video again one more time, and then I'm going to be back for final thoughts. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to say, so hang in there. I'll be right back for final thoughts. Hold on. Welcome back for final thoughts. This was emotional. This was really emotional for me. You know, I always wondered if there were still some old tapes laying around, some old recordings of the Beatles that were sitting around kind of just waiting to be unearthed. I kind of figured that something like this would probably just never happen again because there wasn't really a need for them to do it. They were the Beatles. They proved themselves over and over again and recreated themselves over. Yet they did this, and I honestly think that this one was probably for the fans. At least that's what I would hope. I think it was their way of kind of saying thank you for all the years of support and the love, as well as a goodbye at the same time. This video obviously took, oh, my dog's barking. Hope that doesn't cut too bad into the video. This video obviously took an obscene amount of effort to create and produce. And for me as a listener and a lifelong Beatles fan, thank you, because this video just brought back so many incredible, wonderful memories for me that maybe I kind of forgot a little bit, or I just hadn't thought of for a long time. So this kind of gave me a flood of all those feelings back, which is really nice. Another really, really cool fact about this, I meant to mention this earlier about this, is that George Martin's son was apparently involved in the arrangements in this video. And that's like icing on the cake for me. George was really the fifth Beatle, if you will call him that. He was there for the arrangements and the innovation, the guidance, even mentorship in the production. And even when things got tough, he kind of acted like a bridge between the band members themselves. So he was there when they needed him the most. He was well beyond the traditional role, if you will, of a producer. And that's what makes his son involvement in this just so incredibly special. So there's a couple small things I wanted to mention. I jotted them down here that I just really just meant a lot for me, even though they weren't that big of a deal. Listening to them as a group at the very beginning of the song start off with 1, 2, 3, 4. That was just them counting together was just, I don't know, was really impactful to me for some reason. Also, there's a line in the video that said, every now and then I miss you. And when they did that, they immediately cut to a clip of John and George sitting there in a live setting, laughing and smiling. That just, I don't know, that just really hit me. And it almost, that's the closest I came to getting an actual tear in my eye. I also really enjoyed seeing John's quirkiness again. That was just so fun. You didn't see that as much as he matured and got older, and I think he started getting more involved in things. And some of that fun and quirkiness, I don't want to say it didn't go away, because I obviously wasn't around him, but you didn't see it so much on camera. So that was nice to see. Finally, and I think this was just amazing, I already commented on it, at the end of the video, when they all went back to the very beginning of these black and white clips, and then to have them bowing at the very end like they did at the end of all the songs that they would sing. That's a perfect ending of this, is of them saying thank you, and bowing. Wow. Listening to this video and watching this video, it makes me wonder now, with AI being used more and more, you hear about it every day. It's amazing in the last year how far that has come. And with voices now being able to be recreated and really, I don't think I'm too far off when I say perfectly matched with the, the person's inflections and everything. I guess my question is, would we like to hear some more AI generated Beatles songs? And I'm sure that debate will go on. I guess your answer just might be based on what you call art. If you're kind of a purist, the answer would obviously be no. Personally, I think it would be fun. I mean, I like that style of music. It was enjoyable to listen to. Why not do something like that? Especially like if you could tie the lyrics in with somebody who was maybe tied to the family, it would just maybe give that a little bit more cred, if you will. So, all right, guys, listen, this was wonderful. And I hope I didn't gab too much, but how do you cut a Beatles song short? You can't. So, all right, if you like my channel, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would consider following me on YouTube, that would be awesome. And again, I have a Patreon page. So please, only life is priceless, you guys. And this video just shows that. So please make each and every day count. Peace out. Love you guys. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.